What is going on YouTube? So the video today is going to talk more about something I touched a while back. So basically, I had mentioned in a video entitled that I based my collection on YouTubers, and I went into more detail in that video about what I'm going to talk about today too. But we're just going to kind of piggyback on that as well, because that one's getting a good response, and I want to keep kind of talking more about it. So when I talked about in that video, I went over a few things. One of the basic things in it was that my video game collection, with the way it grew and the way that it was impacted and the way it adapted over time, was based on a lot of stuff that I was watching on YouTube. And you know, I talked about in that video how my collection essentially was a lie. I was, trying to make a collection based on what I thought people would think was cool. I was trying to impress people on YouTube and social media, and I was really just kind of very influenced by a lot of other YouTubers, by what they were getting, what they were picking up, what they were recommending and stuff like that. And the biggest issue that I ran into then was like what I entitled the thumbnail with: my collection is a lie. So a lot of my collection at that point was trying to impress YouTubers, and that's what I'm going to talk a little bit more about today, and what the feelings and basically, what the feelings were behind that. So once again, when I talk about this subject, I'm not calling out any certain YouTubers. This is nothing certain that they did on purpose. This was all just kind of a mental head case for me personally. And I've talked about that before. I don't want any other YouTubers to feel guilty about this, because it was nothing that they did personally. They weren't coming after me. They weren't trying to make me, feel bad about myself or anything like that. So I don't want anybody to take offense to it. This was all, like I said, just something that was in my head. My weird thoughts, my whatever. So that's what I want to be honest about. So a lot of times I was starting to, when I was getting really into collecting and making videos and stuff, like I said, one of the biggest things I wanted to do was impress people that I honestly didn't even really know. And impressing some other people, like bigger channels and stuff like that, to try and get my name up there, to try and get out and be seen and stuff like that. So when I talk about trying to impress people that I didn't know, obviously, whenever anybody starts doing a YouTube channel and stuff, the number one goal in any of it is obviously to become famous at some point, or make money doing, making content and stuff like that. So when I was making videos, when I first started, one of the big things I wanted to do was not only to show off what I could buy, what I had in my collection, but it was also to make entertaining content that people would enjoy to watch, that would grow my channel. So I would spend, I've talked about it, I'd spend hours, a day sometimes, searching for great deals, searching for video games online, rental games online and stuff, anything that would make great videos for pickups. Because when I was watching, my friends and stuff like that, when they were doing their videos, that was the stuff getting the most views, was the pickup videos. So I wanted to try and find stuff that nobody really had, or get vast amounts of items all at once, so I can make, the most epic pickup video around, be seen, impress people I didn't know, impress my friends and everything like that. But in the end, it all came down to, I honestly didn't have games that I wanted. I was just in I've talked about it with my collection addiction, I was just in an endless loop of trying to get more and more games, to get more and more people to like me, to like my channel, and to like all this other stuff. And what I've been finding recently is that was all a lie and a ruse, or what do you want to say, smoke and mirrors. Because in all honesty, once I started doing these videos about being honest and raw with you guys, and having to deal with these issues and talk about the mental health side of this stuff, I've gotten so much more of a good response doing stuff like this, and it's also made me feel good mentally. I haven't had to put on a fake face, a fake personality, to strive on this YouTube channel, to push it. I've got to be myself, and and it's been more along the lines focusing too on doing what's natural to me and what's fun to me. And as depressing as some of these videos sound sometimes, like it makes it sound like I'm the most depressing person in the world, but somebody recently commented that really hit me was they appreciated me showing more of the dark side of collecting, the dark side of YouTube, and doing videos, making content than a lot of the other guys do that just kind of make it sound like it's all just candies, unicorns, rainbows and stuff. There is some anxiety and stuff and depression and everything that goes with making this stuff that people don't know about, and that's the same with collecting too. The sickness of basically not finding anything for a while, or missing out on deals and stuff. It's very like, it makes you sick sometimes, guys. Or if you get a big pickup, and when you're done with it, the wear down afterwards of the dopamine rush is gone, the serotonin rush goes down, and it's saddening. And I would make my pickup video. I'd put it out there. I'd just sit there and hope that the views would come in. People would be impressed. Be like, oh, look at what Iowa Retro Gamer Dad got this week. Blah, 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 And if the videos didn't do very good, then I got sad. If people didn't comment that they liked what I picked up, I got sad. And I was making these videos for basically, the wrong reasons. And like I said, I was trying to impress people for the most part that I didn't know, because a lot of my friends, Jeremy with War Train Wins, Matt with Chill Scissors, Kevin over there on Kamikaze Ikun, and Steve Craig and all those guys, they were actually watching it, commenting and liking it. And I loved that, because it was like I had my support group, and all these guys were sitting around like just as happy as I was getting games and stuff. But then it was just like, as soon as that rush would be over with, I would be back into a kind of a place of darkness. And it only seemed like sometimes the only way I'd get out of that darkness is if I got another good pickup, or I found a couple more games. And then I would get that short little cloud nine relief of feeling good about myself because I got something. And I've talked about that, leading to maybe that being something with childhood PTSD and stuff like that of, parents getting divorced and not, getting enough attention. And then I honestly spread it out now to where I was getting a little bit of attention on YouTube and stuff. So I was trying to keep that going. But now it's been more of a focus on just making content that I like to make now. And I've talked about, selling off a lot of the collection because of, I was doing that. I was collecting for the wrong reasons. And honestly, since I've stopped collecting nonstop, I maybe pick up one game a month now. And it's a game that I actually want to play, or it's actually for collections that are close to my heart. Like one big thing right now is I've been collecting a lot of the Metal Gear Solid games and the Resident Evil games, and RPGs from my childhood that I loved, stuff that I want to play and that I have a connection with. And I found that I don't have to do this to impress people I don't know anymore. I'm more along the lines focusing on building a good community of like-minded people that are positive, and like someone commented recently they're loving the videos because I'm talking, and they want me to keep talking more about the mental health thing, because we've talked, it's almost taboo for males. Not saying that it's, I'm not trying to single anybody out, but it seems like males have a harder time discussing our feelings, discussing stuff that is deep on inside of us, because we've been we've just been morphed, raised on not being a wuss, not being a pussy. We don't talk about our feelings. We don't talk about what's sad with us. And a lot of us, it really hurts us. But that's why, I want to make this channel more about being open with each other. Honestly, if anybody comes on here to make fun of somebody else, then they're not, welcome here. But it doesn't mean they won't keep coming. But I'm just saying that, it will happen sooner or later, but we're trying to build a positive community in here. And so I've talked about building the collection for the wrong reason, impressing people that didn't matter, I shouldn't say didn't matter to me, just people I don't know and I'll probably never meet and stuff like that. And it once I got past that stage, It was almost so much better, guys. I've been liking making my videos again. I've got some other videos in the work talking about how I almost gave up on retro gaming YouTube because I was not getting the recognition that I felt I deserved, which is what I want. Not a way to think about it. I do not deserve any of this. I put my time in just like everybody else. I grinded like this, but I honestly do not deserve as much recognition as I get. But hearing people, being grateful for these videos and being grateful for talking about this stuff really makes it worthwhile and really keeps me pushing forward and keeping me motivated. And like I said, building this retro community, building this community on this channel about this stuff really makes me feel good too. And I honestly don't know where else to go with this video. It was just kind of a non-scripted talk about this. But I want you guys to all know that I appreciate you guys here. And I appreciate you guys watching my videos. There's a lot of guys on here that I see comments for every video I come out with. And it makes me feel amazing that I have people that keep coming back and hanging out and just commenting and watching videos and discussing with me and discussing with other ones. I see a lot of you guys too replying to other people's comments and having good conversations and talking about this stuff. And that's what I really like about this, because this is what I've always wanted to see from my channel, is people having a good time and just hanging out and talking about games and stuff like that. So should you build a YouTube channel focusing on trying to impress people, trying to make money, trying to do all this stuff, trying to compete with other YouTubers to have the better collection? No. If that's your reasoning behind your YouTube channel, then I think you need to reevaluate and refigure out what's going on. Because coming from somebody that has done that in the past, I struggled to make content. I struggled to put on a fake face, and it shows. My videos then, when I first started, didn't do very good at all, because I wasn't being who I was. And I know that, now, oh, well, you're monetized now, your YouTube's probably pushing your videos more, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that could very well be. I could be higher up on the algorithm now because of my better following. But I've seen people too with 100 subscribers putting out videos every 2 weeks, putting a bunch of time, putting a bunch of effort, putting their heart and soul into stuff, and they're getting a lot more views than people with 1,000 subs and dropping quick videos, guys. If it's the quote, Field of Dreams. If they build it, they will come. If you build something that you're proud of, build something that you're passionate about, it might be a little slow at first, but people will come to watch, guys, and I guarantee that. So don't just give up just because, you're doing it all for the wrong reasons and it's not working. Like I said, from somebody that's had to deal with it in the past, reevaluate and try to go from there, guys. So with that, I kind of went all over the place in this video, so I'm sorry about that. But I want you guys to just know that I'm thankful for you to be here. I'm grateful for you guys being around, even for some of the people that, come on here purposely just to make negative comments. Or I've had a few people in the past call me out for whining and saying that I'm whining and blah, blah, blah. And if that's what you think so, that's what you think so. But I guarantee that you're the 1%. The other 99% of people that are on this channel like me. I like me. And that's really all that matters, guys. So with that being said, I just want to thank you guys once again for watching. As always, stay retro, my friends, and I will see you in the next video.